What will win in a drag race between a heavily tuned BMW M4 competition and a BMW M1000RR with lots of special upgrades on it, though they are factory upgrades? Well, we're going to find out by racing them over the standing quarter mile. I'm Matt Watson and you're watching Car Wow. Now let me tell you about this car. Normally an M4 xDrive will have a 3-litre twin-turbo straight six which puts out 510 horsepower and 650 Newton meters of torque, driving all four wheels for an 8-speed automatic gearbox with launch control. However, Evolve Automotive in Luton has heavily worked on this car. It's got a built engine, forged internals, loads of other bits and pieces, exhaust manifold, 2 huge hybrid turbos, blah de blah de blah 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 blah. About £35,000 worth of upgrades over the £90,000 starting price of the car itself, and the result is 1,000 horsepower and 1,000 Newton meters of torque. Still weighs the same as before, just under 1.8 tons. It's going to be a bit of a beast. Now, that BMW motorcycle is just as much as a beast, and so too is its rider. It's Chris Northover from Bike World TV. Hey Chris, how are you?
All the better for being on a runway with you, Matt.
2.5 degrees centigrade on a potentially icy runway. I think it's cleared up now actually, and quite cold in those leathers. I got my heated seat on, FYI.
You're rubbing it in, aren't you? I'll be mostly hiding behind the fairing today because if I sit up it's like icy needles.
Yeah, I mean the wind chill factor, whatever speeds you can get up to on that bike must be pretty incredible. In fact, what is the top speed of that bike?
BMW claim it to be 314 kilometers per hour. It's well over 180.
Fast enough to give you frostbite.
Sitting here in the wind's enough to give me frostbite.
Why do you do it? I don't understand bikers. You see them like on days like today and they're there in all their like kit and stuff, and you know they're freezing. I used to ride motorbikes and no matter what you do, your hands and toes are always cold, aren't they?
Yeah, that is the downside, but can't beat the feeling of the wind in your hair, can you?
You've got a helmet on, it's never in your hair.
It's a saying, it's not really actual wind in your actual hair. Come on, Matt. Hey, we don't have to queue in traffic jams.
You don't, nor accident and emergency. Sorry. Listen, I was a biker, but I gave it up because I knew the risk was too great and my skills were too limited. Anyway, Chris, enough chat. Tell me about that bike.
Okay, so this is a BMW M1000RR, so it's the M Sports version of their superbike. This particular one is about 38 grand. They start from £30,000. Carbon fibre wheels, carbon fibre bodywork, 212 horsepower, 192 kilos.
Okay, so what's the actual weight of the bike with you on it so we can get a rough power to weight ratio of the bike?
That's a very personal question. About 270 kilos with me and my kit and my excuse book packed in the back of my leathers.
So what we'll do, we'll flash up on the screen the power to weight ratio of the bike now, and now we'll give you the one for the car. And if you want to compare all those stats we've just reeled off side by side, here's the Car Wow stats table. Enjoy it at your leisure by pausing the video. So Chris, how do you think this is going to go today?
This is always an interesting one when you turned up with a modified car. I'm intrigued to see if the car holds together. Again, it's going to be down to the launch. I think once we go in, the bike's going to have the edge, but getting off the line, I watched your test run earlier and that thing is a missile.
So you think something might go wrong with my car, but you're quite happy because obviously you've got a factory standard machine which should all be fine.
Straight out of the box, proper BMW's finest engineering. This is going to be absolutely brilliant fun, and I'm just basically going to hope I'm either faster than you or you break down.
Okay then Chris, let's do it. Let's find out which is quickest over the standing quarter mile.
3, 2, 1.
I want that one.
That's definitely 1-0 to Chris. Funny, you see this thing actually launches in manual mode, but the standard car will automatically change up the gears. This one didn't want to. And now the other element of BMW launch control systems which is working is the fact that I now have to drive for a long old way to reset launch control to be able to deploy it again. Note to self, you're going to have to change gears manually.
3, 2, 1.
Holy cow!
Where's Chris? Nowhere near.
You got me that time. I had you the first one.
Yeah, you definitely had me the first time because I didn't change from first to second. I thought the car would do it and it didn't. So you won one race, I won that one.
You clearly won that one.
What happened? I mean, I had no idea, I was just gone.
That leaves the line so quick and I was clawing you back in, but that's all I had. Half mile I'd have had you, but on the quarter, it just wasn't quite enough. Let me try and get a better launch. I'll see if I can push the clutch a little bit harder on this.
Okay.
And see if we can get away a little bit more even.
Do you want to know some bad news though, Chris?
Go on.
This wasn't performing at its best. There's a bit of a misfire in it. So I think it'll go quite a bit faster. So whatever gains you think you have to make even more.
We'll see. We'll see.
Anyway, it's one each.
A few moments later.
Look at this, it's gone into like warm-up mode, some kind of limp. Team cars, something always happens regardless. We've gone limp, it's gone limp, yeah, and it was misfiring.
Okay, yeah, we can hear it from here.
I've got another question for you about it. When I first ran it, it would auto change in launch mode. And it sort of did that on the first practice runs I did, but then it was a bit sloppy how it did it. Wasn't as good as the standard car. So I've been changing manually, but in that last run, we got that kind of misfire, pretty bad.
Yeah, it's in limp mode now, so we're going to need to flash it and do something with it.
Okay, let's flash it. I'm going to get out. I'm going to put my coat on. I'm going to try and keep warm. Chris, yeah, you go whack your tyre warmers on. It's one each, right? He thinks he can go quicker, so we need you to reset this and we'll get it working and we'll win.
Yeah, no.
Ah! That always happens. Hey guys, you're on your phones, you're just doing a little bit of what? A bit of Instagram, a bit of TikTok.
Data login.
What is the data login showing?
Just done a launch at the top of second, it breaks up.
When you say break up, what does that mean?
Like misfire.
Misfire, okay. Do you think you're going to be able to fix it? We're going to be able to run it, or do you think we're going to have to retire it?
I reckon we can fix it.
How long do you reckon that's going to take?
Get it done in the next 5-10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Get it ready.
Because I'm a very impatient person.
I know this.
He's definitely on TikTok. He's vertical, you're like landscape. Okay.
Eventually.
Okay, let's see if they fix this car before I race it. So I'm just going to hold it on the brake. No. It's not happy. Oh, I've got an idea. Stability control off. Oh, we're on. We're happy. Ooh, excellent, excellent. That feels strong.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa. Oh, yes! Where is he?
I thought you said yours was broken.
It was broken, and then it wasn't broken, and it's going quite well now.
That did not look like broken.
They uploaded some software. It was just to do fueling or something, but now it's working perfectly. How about your bike?
So I was gentle with the clutch on the launch, but then after that, where I normally would reel you back in, I was on the limiter, no clutch slip, up through the gears. I just couldn't pull it in.
Totally honest with you, Chris, I had no idea where you were. I'm just concentrating on going forwards because this thing weaves about the place.
Oh wow.
They've got slightly wider tyres on the back than standard and on the front, and I think it messes with the car's differential and it just causes it to, it's like doing this thing where it's almost like it's slipping and sliding, but it's not. It's just something odd to do with it. It's very terrifying. So I'm just like, come on, just go straight, please. And it did,
With
sort of.
that in mind, should we do a roll on then?
No. No. No, before that, we need to know about the actual times on this. Let's find out how quick this actually was and how not so quick that was. So then, what exactly happened? Well, the M4 won. It completed the standing quarter mile in 9.9 seconds. The bike took 10.4 seconds. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
The bad news is that if you're into bikes, you're feeling pretty bad about things right now because this destroyed the bike. Good news is it's fueling fine now. What did you do?
So we had to adjust the map because of the timing.
Okay.
Because we drove it here on pump fuel.
Yeah.
And then we had to put race fuel into it. So the ethanol content slowly rising.
Right, so this is not a kind of problem that a customer would face, really.
No.
It's your fault for not doing. They didn't do their homework.
about
No, I'm only joking. We're going to do a rolling race. Let's do a rolling race. Right then, Chris. Now you've got an option here. We're going to race over the quarter mile, so it takes the launch out of it, my four-wheel drive advantage. Now you can dictate the speed and the gear. What do you want to do? Do you want to do it in first? Do you want to do it in second? How do you want to play it?
Let's do second.
Yeah.
And let's do 30.
30. So you actually set the pace,
Yeah.
and I'll look at you, and we'll have a starter us like a normal
Yeah.
race when we're pretty much
But
on
we'll
the start
already be
line,
rolling.
and we'll race over the quarter mile.
You haven't put any more power in that, have you?
No, no, it doesn't need more power. Let me get into second. Here we go. Get level with Chris Watson. Come on, get level, Watson, get level.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's weaving like a mad thing. There, I can see him. I don't think he's going to catch me now, though.
Oh dear.
That sounds like a big end.
You've killed it.
I was going to say, is that the big end?
It sounds something. It could be an exhaust manifold blow.
Did you notice a lack of power?
Yeah, well, it didn't go like I thought it would.
Oh, bugger.
Not only have you beaten me, you've killed my bike.
Start it up again.
I think that's broken.
And your machine is not tuned or anything in any way, shape or form.
That's a stock one.
Do you know what you can still do, though?
Brake test.
Do you want to do a brake test?
Let's do a brake test.
Do you have ABS?
I've got ABS and I've turned it into racetrack mode, so it's not on the back wheels, it's only on the front wheel.
So you don't lock up the rear?
I can lock up the rear and I can stoppie,
Yeah.
but I can't lock the front.
Oh, got it. Right. I got it completely the wrong way around, didn't I? Doof. Okay, let's do this brake test and see what happens. Which machine will stop in the shortest distance? I'm kind of betting on this. Here we go. Here comes the line anyway. Let's find out. Oh! For a split second then, we were kind of level, but no. Let's go say ha ha to Chris Northover. Okay, so
There wasn't a lot in that.
there wasn't a lot, and we were sort of breaking together at one phase that I thought he might actually beat me, but no, not in the end. In fact, the only thing you won was when I completely cocked up the launch. So I just think it's fair to say that my BMW is better than yours, and yours is actually broken worse than mine because my brake was just some software glitch.
Yeah, mine's making a horrible noise.
Yours is making some horrible noise. How much is your bike again?
30 grand for a base model, this one's just about 38.
So basically the price of that bike is the same as the mods on this
On
car.
that car.
And the mods on their own are no good without the car underneath
No,
it.
exactly.
Anyway, Chris, it's been a huge laugh as ever, and well done for riding the arse off that bike, so much so that you broke it.
I've got to go and explain that now.
I'll let you go and do that
Thank
then.
you, and what a ridiculous car.
It is ridiculous. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like.